Hello friend, and welcome back to Painting Pieces. Today I'm painting Sabertooth from Marvel United X-Men. Here laying the coat of Warm Flesh from Monument Hobbies Paints. Next I'm moving on to his suit. You'll notice how the paint goes on pretty well, but it doesn't take too well. I think when I sprayed my primer, I used a rattle can and it probably wasn't mixed well enough. But I press on. I do multiple coats to get this down just right. Here I'm getting ready to do the center stripe and the stripes on Sabertooth's costume. So I'm using the red and the orange to give me a sort of orange red, or you'll see, to match his color scheme as it is in the game box. This came out pretty well. So as you can see, I am painting the center stripe and then also paint the tiger stripes or the saber-tooth stripes on the side of his legs as well. You might be asking what size brush I'm using. I'm using a 000 or 00 brush to apply this here, just to get more detailed. One thing I liked about Simon's Marvel United line is that these miniatures for me were a perfect size, and painting them was extremely fun, especially with their features. Their facial features bring out the model. You can't really recognize them in their base colors, the molded colors, but once you add a little paint to it and a wash, man, these guys come to life. Always a good practice to keep your brush clean. You don't want to just let paint build up on there. Even though you may not see it, it may not seem to be coming off, it's still in the bristles. So take your time, dip it in the water, clean it off, and then come back and get a fresh load of paint on your brush and then continue painting. It'll flow a lot better and it'll preserve your brush. Okay, now I'm going to do the fur on his suit here. I'm using an ivory from Monument Hobbies Paints, and this happens to be, I think, the best color I can find for right now. You don't really want to use a white, but you can if you want to, but ivory is good. It makes it a little muted and it's not as bright, but when you start to add your washes to it, it'll bring out the definition in the little fur that the sculpt has. Okay, next. You see, I've gone through and done the hair here. But now I'm going to go ahead and work on his mask. Mask is about the same color as the rest of the suit, but it's just a little bit darker. And I did that primarily for contrast, for it to stand out a little bit better. Sabertooth being Wolverine's #1 nemesis has brought him a lot of pain, but he's added so much detail to the storyline by giving Wolverine the challenges, and he adds so much to the backstory as well. Whether you believe that Sabertooth is Wolverine's dad or not, it doesn't really matter. The mere fact that he challenges him in physicality and brings out probably the worst and the best in Wolverine. Now here I'm using this Citadel's contrast paint on the base, so it's clearly that he's in a forest or a jungle, and so I wanted to use that contrast paint to give it sort of a really forest green base to it, a bottom. So, and you'll see how I bring this all together in just a minute. I had a great time painting this. I really did like how the log came out. And like I said, I used paints from Monument Hobbies, Army Painter, and Citadel Paints. Thank you for spending this time with me as I did Sabertooth. I hope you have fun, and I hope you have fun painting your minis. Have a good one. See you soon.